This is one of the hardest business I've done, but the most fulfilling. The hardest I've ever done, but most fulfilling. I didn't know we'll come this far, by the way. I wouldn't have believed opportunities will open. As a little boy, when our parents moved from Eldoret to Kisii, in this small township area, on the roadside we have many curious stores. And definitely on our first day we're excited and we want to go into every store seeing what's available. Really amazing, beautiful work of nice creative carving. When I was excited, where does this stone come from? So we're told they come from the hilly sides of Tabaka, Nyabigena and Sameta. That's where the stone is mined. Living there for some years, I kept asking myself, why do all these people want the same customer? What intrigued me about this stone and these carvings is that every store had the same thing, from wildlife pieces and more or less call them functional pieces like bowls and bowls or something like that. Those was available, flowery things, painted and stuff. I was like, could we do something more? This thing seems to be only targeted for the guys who are traveling, the tourist market. And so I left that thought with me for a long time because I was living there every day, waking up to see the same things throughout. So in Junior Achievers, we had annual expos where we have to go for business competitions. And so you start in province levels, I think. That's Nyanza, Western, Rift Valley. So you put together, you compete amongst each other. Then you come and meet guys from Nairobi, Coast Regional, Central. So that stone, I said, what's unique about Kisii that we can use in trade expos in this business club? Well, at that time, I think the expos will get a lot of attention from the teachers of the various schools, the participants, the brand partners, because the business club had brand partners. Coke will come, and guys who used to work in this organization will take interest in our booths in these expos. And that made me realize there's something more about this stone. The second year I was in Form 3, we called the national levels, so we won the regional levels. So we come to Nairobi, we come to the national museums where we'll make our business presentations. And our stand was highly visited, especially in the international community who was supporting this initiative. What stood out is like they were keen to us, taking questions, writing notes. I was like, okay, come on, what are we doing with this stone? It got so much attention. And I remember in Form 2, we came second. In Form 3, we came second. Aga Khan school was number 1, so we came second. So Aga Khan went to South Africa for the African competition, so we came second. And right there on our final dinner at Intercontinental House, we got so much accolades about what we're doing. Went back to school. I couldn't do much because of our 844 system. You were always in class, which was not really good. Keen to my pursuit of business through primary school and high school, I was determined to be a stockbroker. I used to read Donald Trump books and Richard Branson books, so I wanted to really build a business. It was so big on me. So the only thing I will study, because entrepreneurship was inherent in me, so the only thing was how do I sell, how do I build businesses? And so 2 things that Robert Kiyosaki will advise is to study accounting, so I went to CPA classes, and then 2, study BCom marketing, right? Because any content I would read about any business person, they're great at selling. So finished university with the same acumen. First thing was like, I'm not gonna go straight into employment, I'm going to register a marketing agency. Wow. First year in business was extremely difficult. I realized I don't have the student badge anymore. I couldn't get room into the boardrooms. So we started doing proposals, going for marketing dinners and breakfast, trying to, hardcore sales. Hey, this is my card. I run a marketing agency and I would like to do some work for you. The second year, we got a couple of referrals here and there. Business started to grow. And the third year, the growth was really good. Engaging the county government guys, the marshals in the markets, was one of the most devastating things I ever did in my value system. It was contradictory, completely opposite of my beliefs. My very good friend tells me, the former CJ is speaking in a particular church in Karen, and I would like us to go there. Okay, I accept it. So we go. In the afternoon, I ask the former CJ, this is the state of the business I operate. I deeply love it. I love being in the marketplace. I'll have to hire these guys to work and earn a living from this business. But I'm in church today, but I'm as corrupt as anyone you see on media. It's just that I'm not known yet. Because for me to get the sales I make for my clients, for me to get the right spot in the market, for me to drive traffic to my stores, I have to pay the trolley guys, pay the chairman of the market, pay the resident county government staff, pay the police. These are 4 guys who must earn from me before I start any sale. So the CJ tells me, you know what? 2 things, either stay in the same business or trust in God for a new opportunity. The thoughts of the former CJ kept hitting every day. Are you gonna stay in the same business and be corrupt? Or are you gonna trust in God for a new opportunity? I decided to go back to that stone that gave me a lot of doors and open doors in high school. That stone that showed me a world of possibilities. That beautiful stone that for the last 70, 80 years has been lost into the Maasai market. And today, millennials and Gen Zs have no idea about the stone. I went back to that stone. So while I was in Kisii in December, went to the mines, told the guys, you know what, I'm starting a new venture to build this brand. I want to build this stone out of the Maasai market. I want us to work together. Met a couple of sculptors, but one stood out for me. It's called Joshua. Joshua told me, you know what, these guys will lie to you. They'll take your money, you'll be in Nairobi, and they'll never deliver your goods. So we started with Joshua. I gave him a couple of designs. And Joshua is a blessed man, skilled. Joshua, anytime I send him designs, he gives them to the finees of perfection. So I come back to Nairobi, look for a brick and mortar space, go to Karen area, find a space. So we do all the interior works and all those kind of things. We start shop. Meanwhile, Joshua is working on our pieces down in Kisii. In mid-February, we open business. 1 month down the line, we have no meaningful sale to pay our expenses. I told the landlord, you know what, in the next month, maybe I may have to leave. And the landlord told me, don't give up, young man. You're a rare gem. I've not seen someone like you yet. I think what hit me hard is when he told me, we have nephews and cousins of your age, and they don't have the same resilience, so don't give up. One morning as I'm jogging in the morning around Lavington Mall, I see a banner ad by Village Market, a call to artists for exhibition. I give them a call, tell them this is what I do, send them pictures. They tell me, oh young man, we like your pieces. Would you like to book for exhibition? I was like, oh yes. I asked them, hey, you know what, you guys, I don't have the 10,000 you need right now. I have 3,000 in my phone. So I'm gonna pay that 3,000 and I'm gonna pay the other balance before the day of the exhibition. I didn't have that money. I went to the exhibition without paying the balance. Gladly, when I just arrived on my exhibition day at Village Market, they gave me a high footfall area. 2-3 customers come, I was able to finish their payment. I left Village Market with a lot of hope and aspiration of what this business will mean. I come back to Village Market on Tuesday because we finished exhibition on Sunday. On Tuesday, the management tells me, we can't give you a store if you'd like to hire a business premise here. Just know that you're a competitor to one of our tenants. Okay, that was it. I went back to my space in Karen. Karen wasn't making good enough money to pay for his expenses, so I'll have to go for exhibitions to pay for his expenses. 2 weeks, I see an ad on my Instagram just before I sleep, a call for art exhibitors at Sarit Center. So I make a call to the guys who are making the request, booked a space, showed up in Sarit. I remember one lady one morning, because I think I was the first one to arrive. I always had a policy, arrive the first one and leave the last one. This lady comes and buy my business, told me, you know what, I'm buying because you're working hard. One evening, I was about to close shop and go home. A Chinese guy walks, and the guy asks me what's on my name, where this stone comes from. I start to educate him about the soapstone. Long story, we become very good friends. He tells me I'm on a business trip in Kenya. I would like to set up business in here. Wow, good. So we meet at Lavington Art Cafe for tea the following day. And he shares with me about his interior business in Doha, Qatar. And like he'd like to set up an interior business in Kenya. The concept was amazing because they transformed a living room into a cinema hall, like a cinema experience at home. So we meet 2-3 times. So I told him, you know what, don't make the same mistake I did. You'd rather be in a mall where there's footfall than be outside there where you're trying to drive traffic for yourself. And he says, yes, I'll take your advice. We email Sarit, hi, we would like to get space here. This is the business, it's an interior design business. We get a response after a week. Hi, it's okay, come for a first meeting. So I call the Chinese guy. We go for a first meeting, meet the CFO. He likes the product and the experience we want to bring into the mall. He's very happy. He says, I'm going to talk to the CEO and we'll let you know when the meeting is. The Chinese guy travels to Masai Mara for a week, and then we get a notification on the mail that the CEO would like to meet you on Friday. And that Friday, interestingly, I was in Sarit because I had an exhibition at Sarit. So we meet the CEO at 3 p.m. and Johnny comes drunk and slurry and very tired. Couldn't comprehend himself clearly. And the CEO was very disappointed. The CEO has numbers and statements coming out, questions, and Johnny couldn't keep up. And I couldn't step in for him because it's his business. He has to, make his case. And the CEO asks me, young man, what do you do? And I tell him, I do soapstone business. And he asks me, where is your business? I tell him I'm in Karen. Okay. But I tell him, you know what, today I have an exhibition in your mall. The guy took interest immediately, closes his laptop, puts his phone in the pocket, closes the notebook, we leave the boardroom, and he forgets about the Chinese guys. And he tell me, let's go to your exhibition space. I go there, we spent about 20 minutes to see you. We became very good friends and we really connected. And he mentioned, while the same email you've been having a conversation. The following day, I was in church, I see a notification on my message. Hi, when can we see you? I responded Monday 3 p.m. So Monday 3 p.m. I show up at site management office. He told me the CEO's going for a holiday, let's go somewhere. So they take me to ground floor. They tell me this will be your business premise. You tell us yes or no. That's what the CEO said. I was shocked because I didn't expect that to come. But what came into my mind, if 2 guys from China will come and then I'll have this business premise, then what is faith? Took their word and told them I'm going to revert in 1 week's time. Thought about it for an entire week. I didn't have money to renovate another business premise. But you know what I said? I'm going to go by faith. After a week, I say, hey, Mr. CFO, can I come and see you? So I go and see him at 3 p.m. on Monday, and he accepts to give me 2 months to set up. After that, the executive admin, the CEO, calls me and tells me, hey, young man, this never happens in Sarit. We are the ones who vet retailers before the CEO approves which retailer comes into the mall. Just know that you're very lucky. I urge you to take that business premise. The offer was 100,000 plus VAT, and I needed to pay a security deposit of 300,000. Then again, I need to renovate the space. My cost estimates comes to about 800,000. Money I had never heard because I was busy coming for exhibitions to pay for my rent expenses and my livelihood. So I decided to look for seed money. My peers, they call it crowdfunding. So talk to about 12 guys, 4 guys accept. They put in their money into this business in the hope that I will pay them and I will keep my word. And that's how we started renovating the space, paying all the licenses. As at that time, when I was in Karen, my business was called Art Deco. But in all my exhibitions, customers didn't understand what the stone is. Some customers asked me, is this marble? Is this those ceramics? And then I said, you know what, these guys don't know the stone. So I said, call the business soapstone. So how do I build a brand that people don't know, have no idea about? So I said, you know what, I'm going to register a new company now because Sarit, a very formal business. I needed to have all legal documents. Everything has to be legalized. So the tax money is present. So registered a new company called Bespoke Soapstone Limited, and we start to trade. And that's where we are today. I took a heavy load on my shoulders to build a brand called Soapstone, a stone that lost its weight in the Masai market, a stone with its beauty and its grandeur. What has intrigued us is the amazing feedback and encouragement and support we get from many Kenyans, and that has given us more hope than ever before of the possibility we will work this stone around. Yes, they say this stone is in our country, but not as beautiful as the pieces we do. Yes, we see guys who export this stone, but they don't get the work done as your business does. And so here we are, daring a modern epic. In 6 months, we'll be in Washington, D.C. In 8 months, we'll be in Miami. In a year's time, we'll be in Paris. Maybe in 12 months' time, we'll be in Dubai. We're just dreaming and we're just believing. And every day, we give our best foot forward. This is not about me, it's about the guys I work with. It's their shoulders that I carry. I make sure they earn a double from every piece. The road is a bit long because we have no funding, but that doesn't stop us or bother us either way, because we know we're doing a great work and customers are appreciating our business.